Hi, I'm Miranda Fabian, a freshman nursing student at Otterbein University, and this is my before and after story. It's easy to glide through life wearing a mask to hide what's truly underneath and in your heart. My mask was that of happiness. I was smiling constantly, laughing till it hurt, breaking into song and dance to amuse my friends, but underneath it all, I was empty, struggling day to day with pain. Before finding Christ, my life was painful. Growing up, I had a close family with strong morals and values. It was a great life to say the least, but something was missing: God. Nonetheless, without this foundation, my parents were still great at raising me and my siblings. The problems only started on August 18th, 2010. An old boyfriend and I were on the way back from picking up some groceries for a family dinner. We were talking and laughing and listening to our favorite country music, and I turned in my seat towards him. In front of us, I saw a car racing for us without any intention of slowing down. I watched the car come at us the whole time, but did not understand what had happened when I was staring at the scene as the police were talking to us. The driver was drunk. He passed out on the scene. He was high with a stash of pot in his glove box. He had a loaded assault rifle in his back seat. He and my boyfriend were unharmed, but my life was forever changed by that accident. Since I was turned in my seat at the moment of impact, the 95-mile-an-hour force against his seatbelt damaged my back. There are now 2 curves along it. My right hip is rotated, my first vertebrae is tilted, and a vertebrae in my neck is slightly protruded. Thus, my junior year of high school was filled with chiropractic therapy, physical therapy, MRIs, x-rays, and neurologist, family doctor, and head and neck doctor appointments on top of all my work in school. More often than not, I would come home from school, run up to my room, and break down from the pain and stress of it all. My family and friends were extremely supportive during this time, helping as much as they could, but there was no way for them to grasp the indescribable pain. There was only so many times they could say, "I'm sorry this had to happen to you," and they didn't fully understand what this meant for my life. How was I supposed to be a mother, a nurse, a baker, a teacher, if I couldn't stand up for 15 minutes without wanting to cry out in pain? If there was a God, why had he allowed this to happen? How did that scumbag of a person walk away unharmed? I sunk into a dark place where I felt alone and cheated and unable to conquer the overwhelming pain. Things started to pile up. A hatred grew inside me, work became too much, and my relationships began to fall apart. I was at an all-time low by the time my senior year started. I had on my mask of happiness as always when my good friend Mary LePage asked me to come to a Young Life meeting. I figured it would be a fun time with my friends, so I went. Who really cared if they talked about that Jesus guy for a little while? Then I went to a Young Life fall weekend trip with a group of my friends. It was the first time I had heard the gospel, the first time I felt covered in the love of God, and the first time I truly prayed. After hearing of Jesus' sacrifice, I gazed at the stars, accepted God into my life, and began my relationship with him. The past was forgotten. I could forgive, and I'd been forgiven, and I'm at peace. Now there's no more pain, no more sadness, no more fear, never to feel alone again. God came into my life, and now my life is joyful. I was born again in him. I'm free of my painful shackles, and I'm free to be happy. That mask of happiness I used to wear is a mask no longer. I smile constantly, I laugh until it hurts, and I sing and dance and rejoice because I have a Savior who loves me and gave his life for me, and now I can forever be free and loved and joyful. There may be pain in the night, but joy comes in the morning because his love never fails.